Some people who just say that they love the gym want to train every day as well. Sometimes that actually is not the best option for them as well. I know you may love going to the gym 6-7 times a week, but are you giving 110% into every session?
Yeah.
Probably not. You're probably better off taking that rest day.
Yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to the Athletic Studio Live podcast. I'm Holly and today I'm joined here again by Coach Sam.
Hey guys.
So today we're going to be talking about something that can completely change your results in the gym, and that is your training split. You know, if you've been training consistently in the gym but your training has started to stall a little bit, we're going to try and figure out what can actually change in the gym to let that happen.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's something a lot of people really try to overlook. And they overcomplicate it, make it too fancy than it really needs to be.
Yeah, I think your training split in the gym is something super important. And yeah, it's definitely something that matters when it comes down to programming. So let's just say someone's training in the gym 3 to 5 days per week. What do you think would be the best training split for them?
So for 3 to 5 days, I'd say something like your upper-lower split. If you're going 3 days, you're going full body. Anything more than 3 days, I think going for that upper, lower or body part split as well.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Yeah, I agree. I think if someone's training 3 days in the gym, full body would definitely be my first go-to. And then 4 days, probably more of an upper lower split, like you said. And if you're going above that, probably more to different muscle groups. So I guess more of a bodybuilder type split.
Yeah, I think you got to be careful with the bodybuilder split though. If you're doing even say 6 times a week, just one body part, you're only hitting it once a week,
yes.
Let alone not the 2 frequencies. So even though you might be training 6 days a week, you're only hitting, say, legs 1 time a week, shoulders 1 time a week. Then the overall frequency probably isn't enough.
Yeah, very
That's
true.
That's why I'd prefer upper-lower.
Yeah, which is what you normally train as well.
Yeah, my favorite.
But yeah, I mean, it depends on the client really. If someone's super dedicated and they know they're not going to miss a session, I guess it would be suitable. But if you are looking at more of that gen pop person, I think full body or upper lower is definitely the way to go.
Full body's nice and safe because if you miss one session, you know that you're still going to get 2 solid sessions in.
Yeah, exactly.
For the week, and that's definitely enough to keep you progressing.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment, 3 full body, and I'm actually really enjoying it as well. And then if I want to train that 4th day, I can just do whatever.
What was the thing that made you switch? Because I know you used to do
upper lower,
and you swapped more recently to full body.
I used to do upper lower a while back, and then I actually was doing like 1 upper, 1 lower and 1 full, and then I was really enjoying my full body day that I had in the week, so then I just ended up changing to 3 full bodies. And I program it in a way where, just say if I do train back-to-back days 1 week, if that's what my schedule can allow, I have programmed it in a way where, so I might be doing posterior one day, some more like rows and hamstrings, and then I might be doing quads and front of the shoulders on the other day. So yeah, I programmed it in a smart way where if my schedule doesn't allow, it's still fitting into my week.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing for a lot of clients, especially ones that we see a lot come in average training about twice a week. We definitely go, okay, 2 full body sessions, and even say they miss 1 that week, if we were doing upper lower with them, that's their whole lower session gone.
Yeah, literally. What about you and your training? What are you doing?
When I'm not injured, which seems to be all the time, usually I like upper lower. Sometimes if I'm really focusing on, say, 1 muscle, I will increase 1 or 2 muscles. I will increase the frequency of, often it's glutes and shoulders.
Yep. I was going to say glutes and shoulders.
So often I'll increase the frequency of that to even potentially 3 times. It just depends, though, on recovery then.
Yeah,
then that's something with your programming that you like to do, just to make sure that it obviously each session isn't too high volume within each session. It makes up just the whole week.
Yep.
So then there's more frequency but a little bit less volume in each session.
Yeah,
for
that's
each
why it
muscle
comes
group.
down to smart programming. Okay, so when you say volume and frequency throughout the week, Sam, give a bit of a rundown on what you mean by that.
So volume is more so talking about each set for each muscle group. So a good aim is to, bare minimum, you want to be hitting about 10 sets. Let's just use glutes for the example, 10 sets of glutes, working sets for the week, and then that's just the bare minimum.
Yep.
You can go up to 20 if you're really advanced, maybe 25, but otherwise there's probably no benefit from that. In terms of frequency, that's more looking at how many times you're doing that in the week. So are you doing all 20 sets in one session? Probably you dead. Or are you doing that 20 sets split out 2, maybe 3 times a week across multiple workouts?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, and then when do you think it's time for someone to change their training split? So like they've been training a particular split for a while. When do you think it's necessary to add a change up?
If it's not working for their lifestyle, if they're often missing sessions because of work, family life, whatever's going on, maybe it's something to look at. Okay, can you realistically get 4 sessions in a week? If you're always only getting 3 in, then why do we have that set in your schedule? Let's just bring it back down to 3 for a set amount of time, and then you can at least feel good about hitting that. Maybe we can go to full body. Then we know that you're not missing out on any muscle groups as well. And then you can always change it around.
Yeah.
Goes through different phases.
Yeah, I think some things that I like to do as well with clients, like people, when they first start training, they might be super excited. Yeah, I'm keen to train like 5-6 days a week. I'm like, okay, are you actually going to realistically be able to get 5-6 days a week in? Let's maybe start with your 3 and then program them like an optional day or something. So then if they do want to add that on top of their split, it's already there and it works into their current programming. So then they're not missing volume on a certain muscle group for that week.
Yeah, I like that. Say you're having just scheduled 2 full body days or whatever it is. And then you can have that optional thing. Maybe their goal is to really work on their shoulders, for example.
Exactly.
Then, okay, their optional day is the shoulders. So at least we tick off the basics earlier in the week. And then if they do have that available time, okay, extra session there.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, which is exactly what you do with your training usually. Okay, so let's go back to types of training splits. So what's another more advanced type of split that you think could be good for people?
Yeah, so one that's really good to use is a daily undulating periodization split. So basically just means we're changing the style of the session throughout the week. So that could look like, if we're doing it with an upper-lower sort of focus, that could look like Monday and Tuesday is more of a strength block. So that's lower rep ranges, maybe more sets, working on more of that neural fatigue and CNS fatigue. And then say Thursday, Friday, again, could be upper lower, but more of a hypertrophy style of a workout. So, you know, the reps are coming up and that's, again, more for that muscle fatigue.
You kind of get the best of both worlds in that. So you're both working on strength and hypertrophy.
Yeah, it's a really good balance for people who they're really wanting to increase their strength goals, but then they also still have their hypertrophy and physique goals as well. And so you can still work with both. And often you'll find that they actually have a lot of correlation as well and help each other out.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Sam, so if someone wants to get a really good result in just say like a limited amount of time, or they have like a set amount of time that they want to get shredded in, I guess you could say, what would be the best split and way you would set that up for that?
So if they're just weight training, they need to be training 4 to 5 times a week. If that's like their all and that's all that they're doing in terms of training, then really they should be able to train 4 to 5 times a week if that's their set goal. In terms of a split for that, again, I love upper lower because it just keeps it simple. You're not missing anything. So training 4 times a week, 4 or 5 times a week, that just allows us to increase the amount of sets that we get in throughout the week. Yeah, so apart from doing either say 2 or 3 sessions, they're the volume we're probably getting in across each muscle group, because obviously when we're training full body, we're not going to be doing 3-hour long workouts. So within a 1-hour workout, to get that volume in, we're probably sitting more at about maintenance compared to someone who's training that 4 or 5 times a week. They're able to get in a lot more good quality sets throughout the week, and that will then help them reach their goal.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so that kind of means if you only have 2 to 3 days per week to train, there is smarter ways to go about your programming and your scheduling in order to still get to your results. Whereas if you do have a bit extra time in the week, like 4-5 sessions, that's where, you know, that more upper lower split can come into play.
Yeah, 100%. One other thing I'd like to add is some people who just say that they love the gym want to train every day as well. Sometimes that actually is not the best option for them as well. I know you may love going to the gym 6-7 times a week, but are you giving 110% into every session?
Yeah.
Probably not. You're probably better off taking that rest day.
Yeah.
I know you might not like it, but in the long term it'll pay off.
Yeah, 100%. The recovery as well. Like, you're probably just not letting yourself recover in between workouts. So guys, if you are getting bored of your current training split or you're not getting results that you're looking for, so you have hit a bit of a plateau, it probably is time to take a look at your program, change your split up, try something new. You might want to add in an extra day or two or cut it back and just figure out the best way to work around it for you and your schedule. So for example, if you are doing a bodybuilding split, change it up and do a full body split for a few days. Even if you do still want to train the 5 days per week, just program it in a way that allows for your body to still perform to its full potential. And then same thing goes the other way. If you're doing full body, change it up and maybe space it out and do an upper lower split. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so to wrap it up, if you've plateaued in your training or it just feels off, it might be time to change things up and try a new split just to get things moving again. Sam, do you have anything else to add?
No, I think that's about it, Holly. I think, yeah, at the end of the day, main thing is pick a split that you can be consistent with, and that's it.
Yeah. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Thanks for listening today. If you're already training hard and eating clean, but your body still doesn't look the way you want, that's exactly what we help you fix inside Athletic Studio Live.
Our coaching is fully personalised online. You'll get advanced training and nutrition programming that adapts as you progress, plus direct support from me or Holly individually, not just a template.
This isn't babysitting or group hype. It's one-to-one coaching designed so your body finally shows the effort you're already putting in.
If you're ready for that level of structure and support, head to the link in our show notes or go to www.aslive.app to get started.
We'll see you in the next episode.